The moon is bright tonight, and yet the man's pockets remain empty. He looks up at the night sky from the driver's seat and sighs. It's Saturday night, no one is looking for a taxi right now. The turnstile in front of the station. The last train has already left, so hanging out here won't get him any customers. He heads onto the freeway and the city flies by. He became a cab driver after being restructured at age 50. It's apparently a popular choice for people seeking a new career at his age. But hearing about it and doing it are different things. Now that the bubbles burst, this country is dark. He fiddles with a wireless radio, annoyed. Some announcements from the cab company come into his ears. There are a lot of sealed roads tonight. Did something big happen, even though the night's so silent and the moon's so bright? The freeway, a long straight road with several lanes of traffic. Something standing silently on the road under the moonlight with a blue night sky at its back. Oh, it's Nomad and Hisoka. It's a monster! A steel fantasy, a primate-shaped silhouette over 3 meters tall. A blue giant. Its single red eye glows bright in the darkness. Emergency brakes. He was going too fast. His wheels lose traction and he starts skidding. The car spins around and crashes into the guardrail. Flames rise into the dark night sky. The burning orange reflects on the steel armor. The giant doesn't even glance at the tiny destruction at its feet. The waves of people have disappeared. The panic is dying down. What remains is the evidence of a tragedy. Corpses of those killed by terrorism. Red stains that aren't even corpses anymore. The enemy to defeat has also disappeared. There is no one on the hill now. A dead light with no heat. Under the blue moonlight, not even dregs of the insane heat remain. Only rubble, silence, and darkness. It's like we're on the surface of the moon.
私らも撤退した方がいいよね。警察来たら面倒だし。
No. Something's bothering me. The wolf pack's target was the gig itself. They were after Soejima, one of Nomad's connectors. Which means...
Akihito?
I head for the organizer's booth. There is a giant hole in the side of the trailer. I leap inside. Noise. He was shot in the chest. There's another body, but it's been completely mangled. He must have been torn apart by an avatar. The hole in the trailer must have been created by an avatar too. I don't see Soejima anywhere. I feel relief from the bottom of my heart. A voice behind me, a death goddess in the shape of a woman. Did you do this? So Urita's cabal did? If she says so, it must be true. Not one member of the wolf pack is alive now. A Kodoku pot? A sudden riddle. I don't know what Tori's after.
古代中国の儀式魔術だ。毒を持つ虫や爬虫類を小さな壺の中で共食いさせる。生き残った者が孤独というものになる。食われた者の怨念が宿り、他者を呪い殺す。アバターギグとはその孤独の壺だったのさ。ノーマッドという孤独を作るための。
Is that what the man over there was after?
そいつは歯車だ。私と同じさ。背景にはまた別の意志が存在する。その男が死んだのも背景の何らかの事情さ。
A man who called himself Noise after failing to become a cog of society, but he was also a mere cog in something else he wasn't even aware of. One small part of a monster so huge that no one can see its whole face. The tip of a web of vines growing over everything they find. An isolated world cut off from the rest. Even our imagination isn't allowed to create more than a fragment of it. And what is that person planning to accomplish by getting all these people killed?
兵器だよ。戦争に使う道具さ。
She speaks something entirely realistic and plausible with the most casual tone imaginable.
ある事象をどう認識するのかは その人間の感性や立ち位置に左右されるものだ。自らの価値観、経験値をろ過し、最もリアルなイメージで把握する。ならば、戦争屋というものがアバターに何を感じるか。
Kagome said something similar in the past. Avatars are well suited to terrorism.
それはやはり兵器としての脅威ということになる。筆境、脅威に対抗しうるアバターを自前で用意するというのは、そう突飛な思考でもなかろうよ。
War, weapons, firm and merciless words, words that are taboo in this country.
戦争やってあれ？死の商人とか軍需産業とかそういうのかな。
Haru caught up to me at some point. She seems to have managed to guess a lot of what happened. She's never met this death goddess before, but she has no difficulty speaking to her. I wish I had that kind of nerve.
魚は鳥の事情を知らないし、知る必要もない。知っても理解できるとは限らない。この世は多層的なんだよ。我々はいつでも複雑系さ。重なり合うところでは重なるし、一生重なり合わない巡り合わせだってある。お分かりかな、女給さん。
すごい煙幕張られた気分。全然前が見えないわ。
Tori turns toward me.
いつになく口数が少ないじゃないか。気になるのは愛しの彼女のことかな。
An unpleasant sensation swirls in my chest. Blood, death, destruction, malice. Here I see tons of things I don't want anywhere near Soejima.
手遅れだ。
She smiles. Her eyes tell me there are some things you just can't help.
ノーマッドは暴走したようだ。それが何を意味するか。門外漢の私より君ら当事者の方が詳しいだろう。
Stampede. The worst possible fate for a connector. Once you lose control of your avatar, it devours your mind.
まあね、強いアバターほどやばくて暴走しやすい。だっけ？
Yeah, Karazuma's avatar was stampeding at the end. Even we've killed people and gained levels. It could happen to us too. Despite devouring so many avatars and growing stronger several times over, Nomads always had only 2 connectors. The monstrous curse has been eating away at Soejima's mind this whole time. And now, Noise is dead. The entire burden of controlling Nomad has fallen on Soejima.
ノーマッドが蓄えてきた呪いがあの子を食らい尽くす。アバターが破壊されるか、接続者が死ぬか。結末はもう2つに1つしかないんだよ。
I turn away, telling Hasekura Tori that we are done talking. Oh, Haru-san.
はいな。
I don't have the others' permission to do this, but I have to go now.
空気を読んでおはるさんも言ってあげる。
I'm really grateful for that, so much that I could cry.
女一人のことで見境つかなくなる男って燃えるよね。
Be quiet. We leave the trailer. This moonlit world died without a sound. Silence rules the ruins. The black witch stands there.
無駄なことはやめろ、秋人。
Whether it's a waste or not is up to me. I can hear her draw a knife. The blade shines under the moonlight. The hell has gotten into you?
その茹で上がった頭に少し風通しを良くしてやるだけだ。
Kagome is holding a kukri knife. She's 4 meters away. With Kagome's agility, she could reach me in one jump. So...
やめておけ。そんなもので私は倒せん。
Why does he have a gun? Her face doesn't change in the slightest. She uses a phrase that was a cliché at the turn of the century, and know all too well that she's completely right. You have better specs than I do. At least let me use this as a handicap. I point the Glock at my childhood friend. Narrow black eyes. I can feel her presence change.
銃口を向けたな。シャレでは済まんぞ。
There's something fundamentally different between us and Kagome. She won't hesitate at the critical moment, no matter who she's up against. But I I faced the bloodlust sunk deep in my heart. It's always been with me. I don't cut it away. I can't wipe it out. And at that moment, I won't hesitate either.
Hold up.
And she has a gun too? Now Haru's holding a Beretta. The way she holds it is laughable, like a Hollywood movie heroine. Oh, so, she picked up the gun from the guy who killed Noise, huh?
とんだ伏兵登場だな。
Ah, yeah, and I think the Glock is from one of the guys who attacked Kagome that one night. It's pointed at Kagome. Where'd you get that?
さっきの死体んとこ、そばに落ちてたのをがめといたんだよ。
Nothing ever gets by you. Kagome drops the knife at her feet, as if to say she has no affection left for me.
勝手にしろ。
She turns around and walks away. I will. The moon is in the sky, the night is still young. Sojima Hisoka's lips play a melody, like a singing water fairy drawn to the moon. A song about an illusory country where the 7 colors of the rainbow stretch across the sky. But the night sky in Hisoka's eyes is red. The color of blood, the sky, the moon, the buildings, the cars, all of them are red. The song stops. Her skull grates. Sharp pain spurs her anger and hatred. Destroy, destroy, destroy. The voice flows into her mind. In order to forget her pain, she hurts something. Herself. Sirens tear through the night. They break through the red and hurt Hisoka's brain. She heard the same sound 5 years ago. Time returns to Hisoka. That said, the moment she was hurt and lost. A red sea covered the city, red lights sealed off the roads at night. She tried to climb over them, and a number of uniformed officers pinned her to the ground. Boundary lines cutting something off, lines that must not be crossed, lines separating fantasy from reality, lines separating life from death. With those behind her, the steel footsteps grow distant. That's not the right way, that's not what Hisoka seeks. The girl turns in a different direction as the giant holds her with one arm. She can no longer see the scorched blue sky, everything is red, all she sees is a red night. Beyond it, Girl A. Girl A, an adorable girl she met that day in the ruins of death. She sings, inviting Hisoka. Hisoka starts following her lead. The steel giant crosses the Takakura suspension bridge. At the same time, a titanium bird of prey arrives from the sky. It carries the power to transform a city into cinders and to fly faster than sound. A steel bird born from human hands. A reaper of the sky with 2 horizontal wings, an FA-18 Hornet fighter jet. She can't see anything on them to identify what country or military it came from.
あなたがそうなの。
Her burning eyes look up at the sky. Air-to-surface missiles are released from pylons under the wings, AGM-65 Mavericks. They leave trails of fire and white smoke. Spears of death carrying 57 kilos of solid explosives. They target Nomad, and columns of fire erupt around it. The Naruko River turns the color of dawn far too early. Flying fragments of stone and metal rain down on the red water. The Takakura suspension bridge groans in agony after being hit by the missiles. The smoke clears, the steel giant still stands. Air flows around it in a spiral. Wind armor.
違う。あなたじゃない。
The giant's single eye glows red. An angry roar rises along with a creaking. It points its warped left arm toward the sky. The enormous lance begins to spin and grind. The spiral's rotation draws the atmosphere along with it, creating a tornado. An unexpected and highly localized shockwave attacks the FA-18 above. It attempts evasive maneuvers, but it gets caught in the wind and pulled down. The 17-meter-long, 10-ton aircraft is spun around like a tree leaf. From the cockpit, the man at the controls looks through the wind. He sees a bluish-black giant leaping up into the sky from the bridge. And a blue cone stabs him. It pulls out its lance after piercing the plane. The giant obeys gravity and falls. Sojima Hisoka looks at the moon from the steel arm holding her. A perfect circle, burning red. Ah, it's so beautiful. The giant lands without a sound on the bridge's arc. Beneath it, the FA-18 crashes into the bridge and explodes. The bridge creaks as it slowly collapses under its own weight. The giant, carrying Hisoka, resumes its walk into the night. Another world is invading the city at night. Something has crossed the border between them. It is death, it is destruction, it is a monster. Sirens and red strobe lights tear through the city's slumber as if a timeless war has begun. Waves of fleeing people, waves of approaching people. The terrified and the curious are divided clean in two by the unknown. A forest of moving humans. The maid and I rush through them.
警官多いね。
Hope they don't get themselves killed.
やばいんじゃないかな。私らの拳銃。
They're standing in front of a bonfire. They let a few campfires go. We have an insignificant conversation. Even that makes me feel better. I'm not alone. There's a part inside of me that needs only that to stay intact. I want to think that Sojima needs me right now. A rumbling so loud it makes me think of lightning. Smoke rises up behind the buildings. One corner of the night sky turns red.
戦争でもやってるっぽい。
More like a monster movie. The self-defense force always sends someone out in those movies, but it happened a lot earlier than I expected. Maybe this is the will Tori was talking about.
橋の方角だったよね。
Yeah. An explosion from a different direction.
呼んだ。
No third explosion. Nomad's probably done fighting.
どうする？
Go there.
ただ追いかけてっても差は縮まらないよ。当てはあんの？
I remember Sojima's face. Scars, explosions. 5 years ago.
水輪くんと共犯者になりたい。
Yes, we'll take a shortcut. The city's arteries are clogged tonight. Like action movie heroes, we slide over parked car hoods, rush through several alleys, and charge through intersections.
こっちって確か。
Yes, the park. The gaps between buildings die out, an urban forest cut out of the darkness by mercury lamps. The park is silent at night. The night breeze carries the smells of plants and seawater. Moonlight wavers behind the rustling branches.
どこまで行くの？
You need to work out more, Haru-san.
こっちゃ爆弾2個もぶら下げてんだからさ。
Not much longer. I can see it from here, a white angel statue illuminated in my shaking vision. We are here.
鎮魂のモニュメント。
We stop. The wind stops as well. I feel the silence of the night. Out across the bay, I can see the Takakura suspension bridge burning. If we stay here, Sojima will come.
2人の約束の場所ってわけだ。
We just wait, and keep waiting. Just like the girl who stood on that roof, always watching the blue sky. Eventually, I hear steel footsteps from the forest, far removed from the din of the city. She's here. The black forest gives birth to a black fantasy. A bright red eye in the darkness, a creature of steel snaps branches as it advances. The bluish-black giant's body is completely exposed under the moonlight, like a wild animal that wandered into the city. And a slender body is held in its metal arm. Sojima.
水輪くん。
Sojima looks at me. Soejima's eyes are tranquil, just like the moon. No heat or insanity. Just a devastated grey void. Only one thing exists there. Death. I see a barren lunar landscape in Soejima Hisoka's eyes.
やっぱり君だった
Her smile is filled not with sadness or desperation, but relief, as if she's been released from something. I remember Kagume's prediction.
君は私私は君もう一人の自分
They say you die when you meet your doppelganger. Nomad's head moves behind her. Steel fangs gnash. The red eye looks down on me. Sojima's body convulses as it does that. Connector and avatar. The master is now the slave. Nomad's red eye gleams like a jewel. Sojima's eyes are a murky red. Her capillaries are bursting. Red insanity and bloodlust invade her. It's not Soejima's bloodlust. The avatar is stampeding out of her control. Right now, the connector is no more than fuel for the avatar to consume.
やばいよ
I know, it will be fine. Yes, I know. Ever since that moment when the world hurt me by taking her away from me, the world has neither loved nor hated us. Only humans love other humans. Only humans hate other humans. So I have to do this with my own hands. I changed my will into a steel bullet, shoving it into the black dragon. Babylon, come to me! Take my anger, my bloodlust, my suffering, devour my soul and roar with joy. Come, Babylon!